The NFL draft, there's so much hoopla, so much to break down, dissect of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings 15-member draft class, 12 UDFAs. Like, we haven't even taken a breath, a hot second to marvel at the glory that is the Green Bay Packers 2020 draft, which is glorious. Like, it was so bad that it distracts from how horrible the Bears was, aside from Jalen Johnson. But yeah, but just the amazingness, the absolute amazingness of it. So the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, 36. They still think that he's in his prime, even though he's been on a steady decline the last 3 years. So they're like, okay, Super Bowl window still open. We got the NFC title game somehow last year, so let's just shove our chips in the middle. Now the big needs for the Packers coming in: wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver, right? So they need someone to be able to run with Devontae Adams, who is not as good as Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, as well as they need something at tight end, because they let Jimmy Graham, the corpse of Jimmy Graham, just traipse down the old. God, what road is between Green Bay and Chicago? I don't know. Who cares road? So let him go down to Chicago, where he signed a fully guaranteed contract with no trade clause. Who's trading for Jimmy Graham's ass? Whatever. So need some replacement there. Get Aaron Rodgers some tools. I mean, last offseason, you brought in Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, and then spent a bunch of draft picks on secondary. So you're pretty good on defense, right? So you think that you're good to go there. So build this offense around Aaron Rodgers and go and try and win another Super Bowl. And then, wow. So 26 overall, they go with Jordan Love, who is a quarterback that I really like coming out of Utah State. But big gamble, big arm, highly variant. And, of course, the first pick in this whole let's build around Aaron draft is his replacement, which is just absolutely amazing. And it is just desserts for the passive-aggressive, smug prick jabroni Aaron Rodgers to get Aaron Rodgers out of his own job, because that's exactly what happened. It's just so beautiful. And, the fact that the weird thing is that Rodgers is under contract for 4 more years. So I think this just, like, he's going to be gone in maybe 1 year, at least 2, right? Because Jordan Love, I mean, if he sits behind Rodgers for 4 full years, his rookie deal is done. So what was the point anyway? It is really kind of pointless. But, I mean, there are so many good wide receivers at this stage of the game. Like, you could have had T. Higgins. You could have had Pittman. You could have traded up for Ayuk. You could have had Chenault. You could have had Hamler. You could have had Claypool, for God's sake. Or you could have drafted Cole Kmet. You could have overdrafted Cole Kmet even before the Bears did at 43. You could have the best tight end in the draft. Cool. But they're like, okay, fine. We understand it. Clock is ticking. A couple years under Aaron, then we'll go to Jordan Love, and then we'll see what happens there, right? So second round, you can totally redeem yourself. Like, all right, we can rebuild, we can rebound, get this thing back going again. There you go. And then you draft A.J. Dillon in the second round, the running back out of Boston College, where I like A.J. Dillon. He's a perfectly fine college running back, but he is not a modern-day NFL RB. Like, he is full-on Andre Williams, if you remember him coming out of Boston College. He is an absolute 2-down tyrant, and wow. Like, how badly do you hate Aaron Jones? Aaron Jones is one of the few Packers I actually like, and you're just making his job infinitely harder, right? And hell, if you wanted a power running back who can't catch worth a lick, you already had Jamal Williams. So why do you have 2 Jamal Williams now? That's what I want to know. I mean, you could have gone so many different directions here. Like Lynn Bowden Jr. from Kentucky was on the board. Yeah, former quarterback, slot receiver, who's very shifty. Remind you of anyone? Yeah, you could have had Randall Cobb 2.0 right there in the second round. Or you could have traded up for Van Jefferson. He was there. Or Denzel Mims. I mean, theoretically, the Packers could have had Chase Claypool and Denzel Mims if they shifted around the second round. I mean, them with Devontae Adams, that's super sick. That is absolutely disgusting. But no. All right, so recap. Through 2 rounds, Aaron Rodgers just watching the draft, chilling, having like a Smirnoff Ice. And he's like, all right, so they got my replacement and a running back that I don't care about, who's just going to be on first and second down and can't catch. Great. So third round, yippity-skippity. How do we just put the icing on this cake? How do we hit this trifecta? So Josiah DeGuara, tight end from Cincinnati, who's really more of a fullback. He can't catch. Like, they're just trying to recreate John Kuhn. Except, wow. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Like, he wasn't even the best tight end on the board. Harrison Bryant was there. Adam Troutman was there. And wow. Wow. A lot of places didn't have DeGuara on their big board. And that usually goes 200 names. It's just absolutely amazing. So the rest of the draft, it's whatever. 5th round, Kamal Martin. That was a very astute pick. It's a very quality pickup, by the way. And then 6th round, a bunch of slappy offensive linemen who won't make it. John Runyon, who only gets by because of whose dad he was. Jake Hansen is whatever. Simon Stepaniak was great. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And then a couple of defensive slappies that no one cares about. But, oh my God. So, again, your needs coming in were wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver, and you don't draft a wide receiver in the deepest wide receiver draft in NFL history. You bring one in as a UDFA, and he's really bad, so it doesn't even matter. And the tight end that you draft is really a fullback. Great. Cool. And you have Aaron Rodgers' replacement just peeking over his shoulder like, huh, what you doing? Aaron, how's the heart? You holding up pretty well? How's it going, buddy? You got the Rona? Nah. So honestly, if the Packers were trying to put together a draft where they were explicitly trying to get Aaron Rodgers to quit, this could be it. This would be it. I mean, they should just trade him at this point. I mean, who cares? I mean, just trade his ass at this point. Rebuild with Jordan Love. I would actually respect that. But, the fact that this is just going to be a lot of tension, a lot of passive-aggressive drama across the river, I can't wait for it. I just can't wait for it. It's going to be so delicious. Man. It's just absolutely amazing. So I understand that all the draft sites out there are giving the Packers an F and F- for their draft. But as a Vikings fan, I give them an A++. Perfect score. 110 out of 100. Just absolutely amazing. All right, but your thoughts on the Packers draft, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.